Alright, this video here is going to be another D&D Basics video. I haven't done one of these in a long time, but this is something that I've seen come up quite a bit. And it was the discussion of hit points and recovering hit points. Whether that's from a short rest, long rest, or a ability such as Second Wind. So I'm going to briefly touch on each of those. So some classes have special abilities such as the fighter with Second Wind. Now Second Wind works where a character in the middle of combat as a bonus action can take Second Wind, and what it grants him is 1d10 plus his fighter's level. Now I don't believe that includes Constitution. I'm going to double check real quick, but I don't believe that includes Constitution. And they can use it once per short or long rest. So no, it does not include your Constitution modifier, whereas I've seen some people using it or trying to use it. Doesn't fly. So anyways, that's one way you can regain hit points if you've taken a lot of damage. Now, outside of battle, you can use short rest and long rest. Short rest, oh here it is. Short rest is at least 1 hour. Now if you're using the DMG allows certain DMs, if they choose to make short rest a day or as short as 5 minutes. It's up to you and what kind of game you want to play. But by the player's handbook, a short rest is 1 hour. During that 1 hour time span, you can expend hit dice. So if you're a 3rd level fighter, you have 3d10 worth of healing you can do during short rests. You don't have to use all 3 of them. You can do one, and if you roll poorly and decide you want to do a second one, you can do a second one. If you take another short rest later on, you'll have one more left to use that you could choose to use then. So that's something to keep in mind with that. Now, when you do this though, you don't regain all your hit dice at the end of a day. I tend to allow my players in my games to do that. I might be changing that, but you don't gain it all back. So a long rest is an overnight period of rest. You can't benefit from one long rest for more than once in a 24-hour period. And you must have at least 1 hit point at the start of the rest to gain its benefits. So a long rest will give you full hit points back, but as for a hit die, I believe at the end of a long rest, the character regains all lost hit points. The character also regains spent hit dice up to a number of dice equal to half of the character's total number of them. Now I've heard a lot of people say, oh, well, if you're at 1st level, you don't regain any. That's not true. You gain half. So, for example, if you're 1st level, it just takes 2 days of long rest to regain a hit die. So you get half your hit die. Those are the 3 main ways that people can gain their hit points back. The other thing is obviously magical healing, like Cure Wounds or a Potion of Cure Wounds. But yes, so short rest, long rest, and then the fighter's Second Wind are the 3 main things you'll encounter on a regular basis. So just remember those things. Remember fighters, you don't get your Constitution modifier, and it's 1d10 plus your fighter level. So if you're 3rd level, it'll be 1d10 plus 3. That's it. If you're doing short rest, you can expend as many of your hit dice as you want, and you don't have to declare beforehand how many. You can do 1 and then decide, oh, that's not enough, and do a second. As for long rest, you regain all your hit points if you have at least 1 hit point, and you get half of your level's hit die back. So if you're level 6, you will get half. So you'll get 3 hit dice back per night. If you're level 5, I think it rounds down. So I want to say you'll get 2 of your hit dice back. So that's just a way for you guys to remember it. In fact, it does round down. So that's my D&D Basics for this week. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. If you have any questions, post below. If you have any discrepancies, again, feel free to comment. If there's a way you handle it in your games, I'd love to hear it. But yeah, that's it. So hope you guys found this tip useful. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.